Ever feel like your sun sign just doesn't quite tell the whole story?
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Like, I'm a Pisces, right?
Uh-huh.
And Pisces are supposed to be all like sensitive and dreamy.
Right.
But I also find myself taking charge, being the leader in a lot of situations.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like, well, where does that fit in?
Well, that's where this deep dive comes in. We're going beyond the sun sign today.
Okay.
We're going to explore the rising sign.
Ooh, the rising sign.
Because, you see, our sun sign, that represents our core essence, like you said, sensitive, dreamy.
Yeah.
But our rising sign, that's how we interact with the world. It's like another layer of the astrological makeup.
Okay, so to help us navigate this cosmic mystery, we've got this great article from the Astrology Insider.
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
It's called The Mask You Wear to the World.
It's a great way to think about it.
It's a bit dramatic, but I kind of like it.
Oh, it is.
So what exactly is this rising sign then?
Well, you see, the rising sign, it's also known as the ascendant,
Okay.
and it's determined by the zodiac sign that was rising on the eastern horizon
Okay.
at the exact moment you were born.
So like right when you pop out?
Precisely. Think of it like this.
Okay.
Your sun sign, that's the novel, the whole complex story of who you are at your core.
Right. Sensitive Pisces, all that.
Exactly. But your rising sign, that's the book cover. It's that first impression people get.
Oh, I like that.
So it's how you present yourself to the world.
I'm starting to see how this works.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's say my sun sign is, I don't know, more introverted.
Mm-hmm.
But my rising sign is something a bit more, I don't know, bolder.
Uh-huh.
Could that explain why I might seem more outgoing?
Precisely. It's that energy you project outwards.
Wow. And this rising sign is different for everyone, right?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, it changes every 2 hours.
Really?
That's why knowing your exact birth time is so crucial.
Oh, wow. So like someone born just a couple of hours later than me
Yeah,
could have a totally different rising sign.
absolutely. And therefore, a totally different way of presenting themselves.
Wow.
It adds this incredible nuance to astrology.
I can imagine.
And it really helps explain why even people born under the same sun sign can be so different.
Okay. So this rising sign, this isn't just some like superficial detail, is it?
No, not at all. It's actually connected to some pretty profound astrological concepts.
Okay. I am all ears. What makes it so profound?
Well, astrologically speaking, the rising sign is the ruler of the first house.
Okay. The first house, remind me.
The first house, it's all about self. It encompasses everything from your physical appearance to your style, your instinctive reactions, how you approach new experiences.
So it's not just about, first impressions.
Sure.
It's about like that initial gut reaction we have to things.
Exactly. And if we think about how important those first impressions and initial reactions are,
Yeah.
especially in things like relationships and careers,
Oh, for sure.
you can start to see just how much influence this rising sign has.
This is making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I can see how understanding this could be a total game changer.
Yeah, totally.
But before we jump into how it affects things like relationships and career,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know more about this first house thing. How does the rising sign actually rule over it?
It's a fascinating connection. So, in astrology, the first house, it's like the doorway to your chart,
Okay.
representing your physical body, your vitality,
Okay.
the lens through which you experience the world.
Hmm.
It's about how you assert yourself, your individuality,
Right.
even your defense mechanisms.
So if the rising sign governs all this, it's shaping all those things.
Exactly. It colors your entire approach to life.
Like, for example.
Well, someone with, say, a fiery Aries rising,
Okay.
they might be more bold and assertive in how they present themselves.
Right.
But someone with a more, say, reserved Virgo rising,
Huh.
they might be more analytical and detail-oriented in how they interact.
This is incredible. It's like having this whole other layer of understanding about ourselves and others.
It really is.
I can't wait to dive deeper into how this plays out in relationships and career. This is going to be a seriously illuminating deep dive.
Oh, it absolutely is. Let's start with relationships. You know how sometimes you meet someone and you just instantly click?
Oh, totally.
Or on the flip side, you get that weird vibe. Oh, yeah, like, I'm a pretty friendly person.
Yeah.
But there are definitely some people I meet where I'm just like, nope, not feeling it.
That's your rising sign talking.
Yeah.
It really sets the tone for how you approach and even how you perceive relationships.
Oh, wow.
For example, someone with, let's say, a Venus-ruled Libra rising.
Okay.
They might be drawn to harmony and balance in their connections,
Makes sense.
seeking partners who complement their energy.
Right.
They're natural diplomats,
Okay.
but sometimes they might avoid conflict a bit too much.
Oh, interesting. So, like, prioritizing peace over actually addressing the issue.
Okay, so knowing my partner's rising sign could actually help me understand how they approach conflict
Oh, absolutely.
and how to deal with those, tricky conversations.
It's like having a cheat sheet to understanding their relational style.
Oh, I like that.
Imagine, let's say you're dating someone with a fiery Aries rising.
Hey,
You might notice they're quick to initiate contact, super passionate,
right.
but maybe also a little quick to get fired up in those disagreements.
That's so funny because my partner actually has an Aries rising,
Oh, really?
and that is spot on. I always knew they were a firecracker,
Uh-huh.
but thinking about it in terms of their rising sign, it just makes it so much clearer. So how would understanding this help me in that relationship?
Well, instead of taking their directness personally, you could learn to appreciate their honesty,
Yeah.
their straightforward approach.
Okay.
And then, when those conflicts arise, you could try to meet their energy with calm assertiveness.
Ooh, that's good. Instead of shying away.
Ex-
It's like learning their love language, but for communication and conflict resolution.
Exactly.
This is mind-blowing stuff.
It is. It is.
And what about career? You mentioned that our rising sign can influence that too.
Oh, absolutely. It's like your professional style. Think of it that way.
Okay.
Someone with, let's say, a grounded Taurus rising,
Mm-hmm.
they might be drawn to stability, consistency,
Right.
working with tangible things.
So they could excel in fields like finance or construction?
Absolutely. Anything where they can see those fruits of their labor,
I see, I see.
but they might struggle in, fast-paced environments.
That makes sense. So someone with a Gemini rising,
Yeah.
which is all about communication and adaptability,
Mm-hmm.
they might thrive in, I don't know, a more dynamic field.
Exactly.
Something that's always evolving.
Exactly.
Oh.
They could excel in, say, writing, teaching, anything that involves connecting with people,
Right, right.
exchanging ideas.
Okay.
They could thrive in those environments with a lot of mental stimulation variety.
Okay, interesting.
Now imagine someone with a Capricorn rising,
Mm-hmm.
known for their ambition and discipline.
Right.
They might be drawn to those leadership roles,
Okay.
careers that offer structure,
Right.
opportunities for advancement.
I can totally see them as CEOs or lawyers or doctors.
Exactly. Totally in control, on top of things.
But does that mean like everyone with that specific rising sign is destined for that career path?
Not at all. It's not about, determinism or anything like that.
Right.
Astrology is about understanding your natural inclinations,
Okay.
your strengths, your potential challenges.
Right.
You can still choose any path you want,
Right.
but understanding how your rising sign influences your work style can help you find something that just feels more aligned.
More aligned with your natural energy.
Precisely.
Okay.
And the beauty of it is it goes beyond just choosing a career path.
Oh, really?
It can also help you understand your approach to, say, teamwork,
Okay.
problem solving,
Right.
even networking.
Oh, okay. So like someone with a Leo rising, which is known for charisma and leadership,
Uh-huh.
they might be a natural at networking,
Exactly.
building relationships.
Absolutely. While someone with a Scorpio rising, known for their intensity and focus, might excel in, research,
Oh, yeah.
roles that require deep investigation.
Makes sense. This is all starting to feel like this superpower.
It really is like this hidden potential.
Like once you understand your rising sign and how it influences your relationships, your career, even just how you move through the world, it's like you can level up your life in so many ways.
It really is.
It really does. But I got to ask, if our rising sign is so influential, especially in shaping those first impressions, can we, I don't know, can we consciously change it?
That's such a good question, and a lot of people ask that.
Yeah.
And while you can't actually change your rising sign, it's fixed, you know?
Right, right when you're born.
Exactly. The real power comes from awareness.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Think of it this way. Let's say you have a Sagittarius rising, known for that adventurous spirit, that blunt honesty.
Right.
While those qualities can be super endearing,
Yeah.
that unchecked honesty, sometimes it can come across as tactless
Oh, yeah.
or insensitive.
Especially, in a professional setting.
Absolutely.
Ouch.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
By understanding that that tendency for bluntness is coming from your Sagittarius rising,
Yeah.
you can become more mindful of how you're expressing yourself.
So it's not about suppressing who you are.
No, no, it's not about suppressing your authentic self at all. It's more about learning to channel that energy in a way that aligns with, your goals,
Yeah.
the situation at hand.
So it's like you have this insider information about your own, like, operating system.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't, rewrite the code.
Right.
But you can learn to use the software more effectively.
Precisely. And you know what? The article actually has some really great tips
Oh, does it?
for working with each rising sign's strengths and challenges. So, for example, for that Sagittarius rising who might struggle with tact, the advice is to practice active listening,
Okay.
to really consider the impact of your words.
Before you say them.
Exactly. And also to find healthy outlets for that adventurous energy.
So it doesn't, come out sideways in your job.
Exactly. Maybe through travel or exploring new hobbies.
That's great advice. So it's not just about, knowing your rising sign.
Right, yeah.
It's about understanding how to work with it.
Exactly.
Consciously create the life you want.
Absolutely. It's self-awareness. It's empowerment.
Love it.
And, this understanding can be applied not just to ourselves, but to our relationships, too.
In what way?
Well, imagine, your partner has a sensitive Cancer rising.
Okay.
You can approach, difficult conversations with more empathy,
Yeah.
more care,
Okay.
understanding that their initial reaction might be driven by a need for security.
That's amazing. It's like, you have this secret decoder ring
It is.
to understand the people in your life.
Exactly. And, I've definitely had those moments where I'm like, why are they reacting this way?
All the time.
And now I'm realizing it's probably their rising sign.
It could be, yeah.
It really adds this depth to our understanding of, human behavior,
Oh, yeah.
interaction.
And the beauty of astrology is that it's, a continuous journey,
Absolutely.
a self-discovery.
Exactly. As you go deeper into your chart, you just uncover more nuances,
Right.
more insights that help you navigate your world.
This has been so eye-opening. So for our listeners who are now ready to, uncover their own rising sign, how do they do that?
Well, it's actually really easy these days.
Yeah.
There are tons of websites and apps that offer like free birth chart calculators.
Okay.
You just need your birth date, exact birth time, and location.
Perfect. And we'll make sure to include some links to those in the show notes.
Awesome.
And, for those who really want to go all in,
Yep.
I always recommend consulting with, a professional astrologer.
Absolutely. They can give you that like personalized interpretation of your whole birth chart.
Right. How everything fits together.
Exactly.
So to sum it all up, we've learned that our rising sign, it's this powerful force that shapes how we interact with the world.
It really is.
It influences everything from our relationships to our career paths. It's like this hidden key that unlocks a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. But here's a final thought. If your rising sign influences those first impressions, can you use that knowledge to your advantage?
Ooh.
Could you learn to navigate social situations, maybe even present yourself in a way that feels more aligned with your goals?
It's a question worth exploring.
It is.
And who knows, maybe with a little astrological insight, we can all become masters of our own cosmic destiny.
We love that. If you're ready to start your own exploration, head to link below to visit the Astrology Insider.
Yeah.
And unlock the secrets of your rising sign. Happy stargazing, everyone.